on YouTube and LinkedIn. We're going to go live on Amazon in a moment, but I want to say a big thank you for joining me on my LinkedIn profile and on my YouTube profile as well. And hopefully, we're going to have a very successful broadcast. I'm broadcasting from be.live, and this is a regular broadcast which goes out at 10:10 a.m. on the East Coast, 10 past 3 in the UK. And I'm just going to go over. Just give me a second while I go here and here. I'm just going over to Amazon, and we're going to go live on Amazon. And we are live on Amazon. Okay, so I can come back now. So that's one of the tricks that you can do when you've got background removal software, is you can freeze your screen and then bring it back when you're ready, which means you don't see me dashing about trying to get Amazon going. You can just watch me live. Okay, now I have been in my lifetime an accountant, a software designer, a live broadcaster, and now I am a graphic novelist. And I'm going to explain how that all came about. And I'm going to show you some of the things that we've made since the beginning of the year, because it's been a learning curve using Google Notebook LM and Google Gemini to actually create content. And that content is currently available on Amazon Kindle. It is down in the carousel as the featured item. And thank you for watching on Amazon. Welcome. If you want to unmute, then you can actually hear what I'm saying. You tell then that I'm actually talking to you from England. So this is the time to say welcome, and hopefully that will work. So welcome to the show. Lights, camera, action. There's Stephen, and we are live from Wiltshire in England. And I want to say thank you if you're watching on YouTube, you're watching on LinkedIn, and if you're watching on Amazon. You've got the carousel down below. If you've got any questions about the carousel, please do ask. You find cameras, you find microphones, you find green screens, all sorts of things down the carousel. But you will find books by my partner Angelica, which are all about learning German. And then you'll find the German language book, which is Barnaby's Perfect Broth, which is this. This is down in the carousel. And this is Barnaby's Perfect Broth, A Tale of Slowness in a Fast World. And it is a German learning book. And it's aimed at beginners, it's aimed at intermediate, and it's aimed at advanced. What you've got is one story told 3 times with different German language sentences, or with the English translations, and you can learn German. And it's part of sort of improving your German skills. So it's down the carousel now. It's by myself and Angelica. It is graphically gorgeous, as you can tell, and it is Barnaby's Perfect Broth, a tale of slowness in a fast world. Okay, now we're back to me, and I'm going to go here. Okay, now, one of the things that opened in March in the UK is a path that goes all the way around England. This is the path, and it's called the King Charles III England Coast Path. As you can see, the Barnaby we saw a moment ago is still there, and Barnaby is a turtle, and he wears a flat hat, and he wears a tweed jacket, carries a little bag with him, and he has been all the way around England. And you can see top right hand corner in blue, that's northeast England. So we go through northeast England, then we go around Ipswich and around there, then along the south coast of England, round to Cornwall, bypassing Wales because we're staying in England, and we go up to the northwest and then to the far north, and past Hadrian's Wall and Carlisle and everything that's there. Now, what I did, if I take that off for a moment, that is the quest. And the quest is to travel around the coast of England. Now, we've done that by breaking it down to 50-mile segments, And well, let's just show you. I mean, I could talk for England, I can blab for Britain, but I'm going to show you what Barnaby's doing. And if you go, I'll bring up the website in a moment. If you go to, just a second, if you go here, if you go to barnabyturtle.com, you'll find everything that I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm going to switch my mic off and then we're going to watch a little video. Path is waiting, and it's this path which goes all the way around England. And there are videos which are on YouTube, there are PDFs, all for free, all downloadable. And I'm going to come back on screen in a second. And yeah, I think we're okay there. If I hide this, and just a minute, I've got my legs locked. That's it. I'm just going to hide that. Okay, so we're back now. So basically, earlier this year, I discovered AI. And I watched a video on YouTube, and the video was about creating graphic novels. It's still there. And I was so taken by this because what they did was they designed a superhero and used that using Google Gemini, created it using Google Gemini. Then they went to Notebook LM. These are both the Google products, Gemini and Notebook LM, and they added their character to Notebook LM. And then they imagined several scenes in which their superhero would take part. And they were actually building a graphic novel. They told the story of the novel in text. And this is the thing, you type in the text, and what happens then is you press the generate button, and you can have an image, you can have a video, you can have a PDF, all from within Notebook LM. And it creates a graphic novel. And the graphic novel can be downloaded as a PDF. I thought that's brilliant. I want to do that. I want to try this out. Yeah, creating a graphic novel, because I've got to tell you, I can't draw, but I can write, and I do have an imagination. So I went and opened Notebook LM. I opened Google Gemini, and I set about designing my own character, which, as you can see, is a turtle. And it's Barnaby the turtle. Now, we used him in a book, but now we're actually at the point of actually creating the book. This is where the idea came from. It came from a video on YouTube all about creating graphic novels. I set about creating a graphic novel with the story about Barnaby making the perfect suit. I had help from Gemini, and then Notebook LM created the book for us. Angelica came up with the idea of, because this is the book we're talking about, that's just shown in the stream. The book that we're talking about is this one. Okay, so this was our first product. This was Barnaby's Perfect Broth, Tale of Slowness in a Fast World. And this is a German language learning book. Angelica came up with the idea to have it for beginners, for intermediate and for advanced. And she came up with the sentences for telling the story in beginner's German, and then the sentences for telling the story in intermediate German, and then finally the sentences for advanced German. And the idea is that you start the book as a learner, a beginner, and then you work your way through. And what you're doing all the way along is to improve your German. And the book can stay with you. It's available on Amazon Kindle. It's also available as a PDF. Okay, so it's on Amazon Kindle. If you click the link in the carousel, you will get more information. But there is a problem to this. And next month, just let me go here. Possibly, let's try this. Does that work? No, I don't like that. Okay, I'm going to go here. Okay, there is a problem. As we all know, AI can, for want of a better word, AI can hallucinate. And I noticed that when we did the first version of Barnaby's Perfect Broth, Barnaby started off as a turtle. By slide 4, he had become a fox. And by slide 7, 11, and 12, he'd become human. So the thing is that AI doesn't remember things. Every time it creates a slide, 1 to 3 slides down by the side of me, it's starting from scratch. And therefore, it doesn't remember who the main character is. And this is a problem with the AI, the hallucination. Now, what I'm going to do in July is a series of free courses on how you can use AI to create your own graphic novels using your own imagination and your directing skills. So I went back to the original video and I thought, well, how did they do it? The superhero, you remember on the creating a superhero, create a graphic novel on YouTube? I took a closer look at it, and the superhero changes the way it looks, changes everything. Everything changes throughout the graphic novel. Everything changes. So the person at the end is nothing to do with the superhero at the beginning. Now, what happened is that AI had improved the superhero. It hadn't kept the character, the avatar, consistent. It'd been changing it all the way through. And I showed my first version to my partner, Angelica, and she said, well, that's interesting, Stephen, but it's not very useful, is it? I said, no, I enjoyed doing it, so it's not a loss. But then I thought to myself, well, how can you get AI to be consistent? How can you get it to use the same character in every single frame? I was stymied because you don't get any instructions with AI. You've got to explore, you've got to find out, you've got to discover. So I thought, what I'm going to do is I'm going to download the PDF. So I downloaded this PDF, and I gave the PDF to Google Gemini. And I asked Google Gemini to actually read the PDF, which it can do. You can upload a PDF to Google Gemini and it can understand everything that's in it. And Google Gemini said, that is a beautiful graphic novel. There is a problem, however. It starts off with a turtle. The turtle becomes a fox, and then the fox becomes human. I said, yes, you're right. That's exactly what's happened. I said, I've used Notebook LM, which is a Google product, to do it. How can I tell Notebook LM to have the same avatar in each of the images? Ah, said Google Gemini, I know what you can do. Basically, what you need to do is to give your turtle some attributes, some things that appear with your avatar wherever it's used. So we decided that basically Barnaby would wear a flat hat, a tweed jacket, and carry a satchel. 3 attributes. So Armed with that knowledge, I went back to to Notebook LM, and I gave those instructions. I said, Barnaby will appear in this scene. He'll be wearing a flat hat, he'll be wearing a tweed jacket, and carrying a satchel. And do you know what? It worked. And that's how we were able to create our first ever book, which is Barnaby's Perfect Broth, which is down in the carousel, and it is available now. So the knowledge that I've gained, because I've been doing this for 6 months now, I will be sharing with you in July, and I'll announce on Amazon, on YouTube, and on LinkedIn exactly where you can go for the training. I want to say thank you for watching me on LinkedIn. Thank you for watching me on. We're on YouTube and LinkedIn today, and we're on Amazon.com. Amazon.com, brilliant place to broadcast, one of my favorite places, and I'm glad to be here today. Just to show I'm live, the time is 10:28, and we're talking about creating graphic novels, and we're also talking about everything that's down in the carousel. If you've got any questions about anything in the carousel, please do ask. If you're interested in learning German, then please let me know. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this full screen, and we're going to show you exactly what you can do using Notebook LM and Google Gemini when you haven't got any artistic ability whatsoever. So let's switch over to the video. I am going to switch my microphone off and we'll play the video. So that was about this, which is about the King Charles III England coast path. You can walk around the whole of the English coast, up in the northeast from Bamberg and all the way down through around Ipswich, and then along the south coast, and then we go through Cornwall, we bypass Wales, and then we go up through the northwest. My hometown is Burnley, which is near to Blackpool, and then up to the Lake District, and then finish up at Scotland. So we've gone all the way around England. It's 2,700 miles. If you were to walk it, it would take you 9 to 12 months. So what I did, is basically I sent Barnaby the turtle out on a mission to travel the English coast and to report back. And the report back has given us what is effectively, I'm going to take that solo off. What it's given us effectively is 6 phases of the coast, coloured as you saw, green and orange and what have you. And they're all PDFs. And the PDFs are on a site called barnabyturtle.com. You can watch the video you've just seen. You can watch a video of phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, phase 5, phase 6. You can download PDFs and they're free. And they show the power of creating graphic novels using Google Gemini and Google Notebook LM. Now, Google Gemini Pro version and Google Notebook LM Pro version are part of Google Workspace. And if you have the paid version of Google Workspace, you've got the tools. Now remember, Google Workspace is Gmail, Google Docs, and a host of other apps, including spreadsheets and everything, but it also now includes Google Gemini and Google Notebook LM. So you've got all the tools you need. So to join me on the free course in July, you just need to be a Google Workspace user. That's the easiest way to do it. It will cost you about $20 a month. But if you've any ideas for creating graphic novels, because you create a graphic novel, what you're actually doing is creating content and you can then resell it. Okay? You can let your imagination run right. Now, talking of imagination, if I just hide that for the moment, and I hide that for the moment, and go side by side, it should let me go here. Okay. Every graphic that I've shown you in the past 23 minutes has been generated by Google Notebook LM. I haven't drawn anything. I've been the conductor of the orchestra. I've written the score, and every graphic that you have seen has been created by AI. AI has a great imagination. And basically, what I did, you know how we got the character through Google Gemini with the flat hat and the tweed jacket and the satchel. Taking that character, and then what I did in Notebook LM is I basically told Notebook LM all about the path. And I told it, gave it an outline of the path, and I gave it details of the path, and then I asked it to do some deep research about the path. It found articles all over the internet, and it brought them all back, and I've now got 60 different articles all about King Charles III coast path, and that is where you actually start doing the creation of PDFs, because then you say, okay, can you take Barnaby with the hat, with the jacket and satchel from on section 1 from here to here? And it does it, and it creates the storyline, it creates slides. The slides are available to download as a PDF. And then you go into the next 50 miles and you repeat it. So you're going from A to B, B to C, and then you've got another PDF, and then C to D. And you can see where I'm going with this. You go all the way around the English coast, and you're creating PDFs of each of the sections. PDFs you can turn into an ebook, which we will do, but we've basically what I've done. Each PDF was then turned into a video, or they were stitched together. So we've got 45 PDFs, and they were then put together into 6 sections, 6 phases. So we've now got 6 videos, because I use a program called ScreenPal to turn the PDF into a video, which you've just been watching now. And it's just so simple and so straightforward to do. And it's just, I've got to say, it's very cathartic. It's a hobby, okay? But it's a hobby that you can earn money at, because if you can share your expertise with Notebook LM, then anything's possible. I had a question, and the question was, just give me a second. The question was, just a minute. This will blow your mind. Just let me do something. I'm just going to go off, and hopefully this won't break my system, but I'm going to go off and I'm going to upload an image. Okay, because this is absolutely brilliant. This is what you can use Notebook LM for. Okay, and I'm going to open that. And I'm still here. I know I'm frozen, but that is basically, we're uploading something at the moment. This is live. This is a live upload of something I want to show you, because Notebook LM is a great learning tool. I've always had this question, and I'm going to explain in a moment. We're still uploading. We're about 39%, so it shouldn't take a second or two. I'll come back. Okay, so now I'm back. Hopefully I'm back. Yeah, I'm back. I'm still uploading. But it's a great tool for learning. Yeah, as well as creating graphic novels, you can ask questions, you can do research, you can come back and get the answer. Now, the question that I had, and I've had for a number of years, because I didn't quite believe it. You know how if we go to the map, you can see that England is actually an island, yeah, because it has sea all around the coast, even around Scotland. But that coast, I'm going to blow your mind now, that coast, in actual fact, let's put this on screen. Okay, this is Doggerland. Now, this is, well, you could call it Atlantis, really. England was joined to Europe, to Holland, yeah? And you could walk from what would have been Paris to London without getting your feet wet. There was no river there, okay? And over, well, 10,000 years ago, or 8,000 years ago, you could have walked from Paris to London if they existed. Now, we have a situation where we have an island. But before that, it wasn't an island. It was basically, if I go here and come back, it was joined to England. England was joined, just a minute. My apologies for this. I'm going to turn the volume down, seems to get rid of it. I'm coming back now. But I've got to say that I didn't know. I knew that England was part of Europe. I knew there was a landmass called Doggerland between England and Holland, but I didn't know how it disappeared. And basically, it's quite simple, really. The water level, the ocean level rose, and it created what is now the English Channel. But this was only 5,000 years ago. Yeah, so in global terms, it's a recent occurrence, and there must have been, I hate to say the words, but there may have been global warming at the time. But I was able to get the knowledge and the graphics directly from Notebook LM. Let me just spell that for you so that you know what I'm talking about. If I go down here, the system that you've been looking at, which created Barnaby's Perfect Broth, which is down in the carousel, was actually Notebook LM. Everything that I've shown you today, all the graphics are created with Notebook LM. Notebook LM is part of Google Workspace. If you get the paid version of Google Workspace, which is about $20, 20 bucks, then you can create the graphics that you can see on screen right now from your own questions, your own imagination, and you too can create graphic novels like Barnaby's Perfect Broth, which is down in the carousel at the moment. If you have been watching me on Amazon.com, I want to say a big, big thank you. I'm here now with my new schedule. I'm here every Friday at 10 past 10, 10 past 3 in the UK. If you're watching on YouTube, you're watching on LinkedIn, thank you very much. Again, same time next week, and we'll have a different story because I'm going to play you a video all about Doggerland. And I'm going to be talking about Notebook LM again, talking about Barnaby's Perfect Broth, talking about the Wiltshire von Arbizet and the Success Journal for German Learners, all of which are down the carousel. One of my favorites is Learn German for Your Holidays, all written by my partner, Angelica. We've worked together on the stories and the graphics. It's been my pleasure to actually show you these today. And if we go side by side, okay, for the last time before I go, I'm going to switch my mic off. You can create something similar to this. I do hope, I do hope that everything that I've done today has worked. Hopefully it has. Fingers crossed, toes crossed. I'll be checking the video quality back afterwards. So you've been watching Stephen Healy from Wiltshire in England, where Stonehenge is situated. And I'll be back again next Friday. If you've any questions at all, then just let me know. In actual fact, just to show you this, I am Stephen Healy. This has been talking about Notebook LM and talking about the books that are down in the carousel, talking about how you can become a graphic novelist, and a free course that's taking place in July. I want to say a big thank you for watching me live today. Take care. Enjoy your weekend. Have a great time. You can find me on TikTok. I'm on TikTok Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 9:05 on the East Coast, 2:05 in the UK. I'm on TikTok 3 days a week because I've got to say this: the best platform to broadcast to, the best platform to get interaction and appreciation is TikTok. And I know that we're all on TikTok. If you want to join me, look out for Stephen Healy on TikTok. Follow me there, and you can come live for 30, 40 minutes and we can have a chat because it's easy to chat on TikTok than Amazon because we're used to chatting on TikTok. Thank you for watching. Take care. Enjoy your day. Goodbye for now.